Hello again. Or I don't know, is it again or is it just now? I think we're just starting to work on this sourdough bread that I've been doing for many moons. This is Nana, aka Anna's, Stephen's mom, and Lynette's mom, and Laura's mom. Lynette makes this too, but I love making it, love giving it away, love eating it. So here we go. I'm going to show you from the beginning. First, you have to have a starter, either that you have created or that someone has given you. And someone gave me this starter. So when they give you a starter, and 3 days after they give it to you, or maybe that day if they tell you it needs to be fed, it's called feeding it. It's kind of like having a baby. You have to know when to feed it, and so if you don't feed it, it will die. So you have to feed this every 3 to 6 days. And I have let mine go a little longer, 7 days sometimes. It's okay, but it will die after a while. So 1 cup of starter. 1 cup of starter. And I keep mine in a container like this in the refrigerator for those 3 to 6 days. So 1 cup of starter. And, you know, again, measuring accurately is important for most recipes. And this calls for 3 level tablespoons of potato flakes. 1, 2, 3. I keep the same spoon. I like the same thing, then I know it's the same. Then it calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So let me get my cup, 1/4 of a cup. 1/4 of a cup, and it calls for 3/4 of a cup. So 1 level, 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm sure the sugar might not be quite as important as some of the other items that we use, but again, I don't have my wooden spoon, but it's not as important right now. Stir that up. Get your sugar stirred up, your potato flakes stirred up good. And then you add 1 cup of warm water. Okay. So that's all that takes. 3 tablespoons. Always look to make sure. That's very simple. Your starter started here from the refrigerator, and you mixed it up. And I will set this and stir until you're sure that the sugar has dissolved. And stir and stir and stir until you can no longer feel the sugar grainy. You can feel that. Just what, 3 or 4 minutes, I guess. And then this needs to set overnight. Sometimes I think, again, in the summertime when it's really warm, that it can maybe rise in 6 to 8 hours, and then you can make it. The thing is, you've got to decide on your schedule, because you don't want this. The starter is better to let rise a little longer, but once you want to make your bread, you're going to have to be there when it's time to punch it down and make out into loaves, and then you're going to have to be there when it's time to bake. So this is ready. All you have to do with this, it's ready. This is my starter. Tomorrow morning, it's 9 o'clock here in the morning. This will be all bubbly up, look so pretty and nice. And I can take out 1 cup and do my dough and put my starter back in here and set it in the refrigerator till the next time. It's a process. So, and I cover it up also with a towel, which I don't have my towel right now. Oh, here it is. Or a plate. Most of the time I cover it up with a plate, but you can do either one. Cover it with a plate or a towel. I have a little plate that I use lots of times, anytime. Yeah. This is what I really like to do. You just cover it like this. Let it sit 6, 8, 10 hours. In the morning, it'll be all bubbly. Make your bread, and that's it. My starter that I have in my refrigerator, it's actually 2 cups. I just put it in today, And when you save your starter, say if I had not wanted to make bread today at all, I could throw away the starter, which always just makes me crazy. I don't like to do that. But I've got 2 cups in 3 to 6 days I can make. But when you store your starter in the refrigerator, it needs to have little holes in the top because it will rise. It creates a, it can blow up. I don't know exactly what that's called. But and I'll tell you what, if you give somebody a starter, you don't want to put it in a plastic Tupperware or a Cool Whip container. Put it in your, this is true, in your car, in a hot car, without the holes in it, because it will, the lid will pop off of it. That's called something. But we don't want it to do that. But be sure you put holes in your lid that you have in the refrigerator.